The most common risks, to be honest, there isn't a common risk that you can say this is the common default risk registers. The ones that we just talked about, I mean, the risks that are about lack of readiness for PI planning. You know, in other words, you're not ready, you haven't done your homework right. But during the PI planning, then the teams will raise risk as they go through the features, they understand it better, they ask clarifying questions and say, well, we got a risk here, we got the risk there. And majority of that risk would be within the team, and they will deal with that themselves. But sometimes the risk affects teams of teams, so it affects the Agile release train, and that's where we sort of raise them at the Agile release at the PI level, and then try and deal with it there. So there isn't a, these are the key risks that come up all the time. I guess I could add to that slightly more, is that when the organization, when the teams aren't organized around value delivery, the risk you have is tons of dependencies. Individual teams cannot fulfill anything, and you see many dependencies, and that's where the artboard will be, if you like, the signaling system for you, because as you put features on there, you can see dependency lines going across, usually using red strings, but whatever you use there, whether it's physical or virtual systems, you will see dependency lines going all over the place. And when you see a spaghetti of dependency, that's another signal to say you haven't organized yourselves around value delivery, and you should take action. As leaders, you should act on the system, and this is a signal to say the system that you've got in place is not the right one. If it's a one-off, fair enough, but if it's happening quite every PI, then you know that you haven't got yourself set up the right way.